Good glorious morning, everyone. I am sitting on the patio in Houston, and it's absolutely wonderfully green and lush out here. The ground is still a little damp. It's been a little mushy ever since I've been here because Texas gets a lot of rain. So I've been sending those clouds to San Jose, set to California, as much as I can. Anyway, I got up this morning with things on my mind. Wow. I'll bet a lot of us have done that, especially over the last few days. Still in an attitude of gratitude for the wonder that we've had with the Thanksgiving holiday, and looking into a most bright and glorious future. And the reason I can say that is because most of the things that I woke up thinking about this morning are very positive and enlightening. And I want to remind us that our thoughts become things, okay? One of the things that I was thinking about was that negativity makes a breeding ground for dis-ease or discomfort or so many other things, okay? Discord, all right? So we want to be mindful of those negative thoughts that try to slip in. They come in the under the guise of entertainment. I think they were supposed to put another T because it enters the mentality and taints it. All right? Pay attention, people. There's so much subtle energy coming your way on a day-to-day basis that can bring about thoughts of fear, doubt, unbelief, discord, and that can lead to our demise one way or the other. What I want to suggest is when you find yourself in those almost tormenting thought patterns, and it's easy to get into the habit. It's easy to wake up in the morning and just kind of feel like you've had your brain snatched into the realms of negativity or fear or all these other things. Because if you get up and turn on the television, it's definitely going to be one of the things that happen. But if you went to bed last night and you were thinking about things that you were worried about, if you were worrying when you went to bed last night, then it's quite likely you will wake up worrying in the morning. So my remedy for that, and one of my prayers is, when I go to sleep, I am with God. I am in love. And when I wake up, I am with God, and I am in love. You can transfer the words peace. You can transfer the word comfort. Whatever is befitting for you, but put your mind in an attitude of gratitude. At the end of the day, setting the intention for the next day. And believe it or not, we're actually not guaranteed to wake up the next day or even see the end of this one. So let that carry over into your day. Pay attention to your thinking. All right? There is a scripture in the Bible that says something with regard to maintaining our thoughts. And it has to do with, I know it wraps up with, if there be any virtue, think on these things. So I'll go that step further and says, if there's any good in it, think about the good in it. All right? And even when you're going through your past memories, think, well, they did this, or well, they did that. Think about the good that they did. And if they did no good, think about the lesson that you can learn from that and turn it into good for your benefit. Let your thoughts be upon that, all that which is good. Okay? I went streaming through Facebook for a little bit this morning, which kind of almost put me on a rant. I saw one of my dear friends posted something that someone else had put about people choosing to be the way they are. Okay, they weren't born that way, and of course it was focused on ethnic, different ethnic groups and different people who, well, just diversity. Okay, and so I was thinking about that, and I thought, well, everybody has a right to their own opinion, but for those of us who walk in light and love, I think our prayer for those who are determined to stay in the corners of darkness would be that the light and the love that we have would shed forth to draw them out. Or they're revealing themselves, they're revealing quite where they are. And then I thought another way, I thought, perhaps if I had been born or raised in the household of the person who created that sort of thing, yeah, I could see where it would be my choice to be something else. May all their children be born diverse. Okay, that's as positive as I could get with that. But you can see how easy it is to turn something around and make it as positive as you can, and ask the angels to help you with that part that you cannot deal with. Okay? That part that brings you to the gates of forgiveness and you just don't have the key to get it in. Okay? Or you kind of sort of don't want to. But we have to go there, because everything is going to be about forgiveness. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Forgive me, because sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. All right? We're all working. We're all doing the best that we can with what we have to work with at the time. And if at the time we have limited funds, limited knowledge, limited love, okay? Limited perspective, okay? Let us forgive ourselves and then forgive others, recognizing that sometimes the others are merely a reflection of some part of ourselves that we might want to work a little harder on, work a little more with. Okay? Today's message is about paying attention to ourselves, paying attention to our thoughts. But I'm going to go one step further, because you've always heard me say, faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word. You will believe what you hear yourself say. You will most often believe what is said to you repetitively. How many times have we recognized a child's behavior and realized that, oh my gosh, they're responding to something someone important in their life tells them on a constant basis? For instance, if you continually tell a child that he is beautiful, important, smart, intelligent. I have a son named Marvis. I tell him all the time, you are so marvelous. Okay? And I've told Carlos, you are so caring. So I've got marvelous Marvis, caring Carlos, and then Christopher speaks for itself. Okay? His name is Christopher Michael. Bless his heart. Christ bearer archangel. Under a mother named Glory, who's an ordained minister. Okay, he's just totally on a train that there's no stopping. I'm not worried too much about him. He wants to be called Chris. That's fine. That's fine. Most of the time I call him Christopher. Just to remind him. So, call those things that might seem to be not as though they are. Call that bank account abundant, full, all right? Call that car dependable, reliable, trustworthy. I had a car one time that had an occurrence, and a light came on, and I heard something, and I was quite a distance from home. And I said, "Okay, Little Red, if you'll just get me to the house, I will take care of you first thing in the morning." So sure enough, I made it to where I lived, and when I got up the next morning, I opened the hood. I only knew, how to check water or oil or that sort of a thing, and didn't know too much about the water, but I thought, well, I don't know what to see or what to do in here. I says, okay, let me just get you to the nearest car place. And so I cranked her up and got her to the nearest place. And when the guy looked at it, first thing they did was start to say, well, you don't have any water in this thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he starts trying to put water in it, and water was coming out of every which way. He goes, you want to come have a look at this? My car had sprung a leak and busted something in 3 or 4 different places. There was absolutely no water in it, and I must have traveled another 40 miles to get home after that occurrence. Okay, and then I parked her, and then I got up the next morning, cranked her up, and took her to the place and was able to get her fixed. I was so grateful. I said, thank you, Little Red. You did not desert me on the highway. You didn't let me down. I am so happy. I am so grateful. Okay? Yeah, I was talking to a car. But anyway. Can we relate that to how we talk to our children? Okay? Let's think about that. How we talk to each other. Call that brother that is playing the music so loud while I'm out on the patio. Call that brother enlightened. He doesn't know that I'm out here making a video for anything, but it might be likely that he'd be scrolling through Facebook and he would see this or YouTube or something, and might change his perspective and, I don't know, change his mind. We have the power of our words. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word. So let your words be kind, considerate, uplifting, empowering, okay? Start with yourself. Start with I am joy, I am peace, I am love, I am worthy, okay? All of those wonderful things. Say something good to you. Blow kisses at yourself in the mirror. Love you today so that you can love me. Pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to your words. And in whatsoever you do, whether in word or deed, do all to the glory of God. Or as I say, do it 3G, giving God glory. And remember, I love you all.